who and where, their cassock should lie. Okay, so I don't want to really go into what the gentleman will benefit, because that's not, it's none of my, it's none of my concern.
Oh, okay.
So let us see what standard, let us see what standard, what quality of leadership those in office today, in Abia State, both at the national level, at the local level, let us see the quality of leadership they can provide to their people. And that will now set the stage for the people to either accept the party that is claimed that they want to take over Abia State, which is the APC, or the one already in power that is, the people, of course, will be the judge. Then, at the end of the day, we'll see how things pan out. But for me, I just know that politicians, they don't even have any form of ideological driven philosophy. What they're interested in is just selfish interest, and it's a complete, it's an anomaly. We want to look at things critically from a rational level.
All right, Comrade Oscar, I'd also like to ask you, do you think that political parties, different names of political parties could tell quality, good governance? Do you think if you're in PDP, you say, this party is going to give us good governance or not? What would you make of that?
Nigerians, including myself, don't have hope in political parties.
All right.
We don't have interest in political parties. We should be considering or be looking into, we keep saying it, but we've actually not practicalized it. We should be looking at individual that is coming up, the integrity, and then the person that is coming up, your personality and what you have to offer.
So let's talk about the integrity.
So if you look at the situation right now, I think we have grown beyond party sentiment.
All right.
That's why some of us gave our support, a total support that we gave in 2023, we gave it to Labour Party, because we believe that most of the candidates under the platform of Labour Party, we are willing to actually succeed. But unfortunately, we are also realizing the fact that a lot of them are also a disappointment, because we also want a situation whereby we don't want to look at political party as a case study. We want to look at the individual. That's why we are now giving kudos to the governor of Abia State, Alex Oti, that is actually doing well in Abia State. So one of those things I want to take from the Igbos, especially that of Abia State, is that they are not going to look at the party. So whether Kanu like it or not, whether the current senator likes it or not, Uzakalu, whether he likes it or not, I think he's not going to have his way in Abia State.
Well,
as the people of Abia State, we stand firmly. It is in Abia State that we heard that somebody was actually given a bribe and she rejected. It also happens in Rivers State that a lady was given bribe and she also rejected. You see, so we cannot even have a case like this, and then political parties can't succeed. They want to take over Abia State, according to the Deputy Speaker of House of Rep. They want to take over Abia State. It comes 2027. Even those of us that are not eligible voters in Abia State, still we try our best to tell our brothers and sisters in Abia State to ignore them. Because what we want to look at is the interest of Abia people, and not the interest of an individual.
Okay, so talking about integrity, do you think a defection from one party to another, don't you think it's going to question the integrity of these politicians who are defecting as regards to this moving from one party to another?
Unfortunately, our politicians here in this part of the world do not have integrity. So you cannot discuss integrity amongst our politicians currently.
Well, that's actually.
No, they don't. Because if they do, come to Rivers State, the likes of Barrister Yesomezo one weekend, the FCT minister, will respect himself. Because this is to tell you that we don't have integrity in our Nigerian politicians. Now, based on what is going on in Rivers State, speaking or looking at the attitude of Yesom Wike in Rivers State as the FCT minister, you also want to see that, excuse me, sir, you also want to see that the president, excuse me, you also want to see that the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, does not mean well for any other state apart from Lagos State. That's why he's using the likes of Kanu to cause problem in Abia State, using the likes of Yesom Wike to cause problem in Rivers State.
Let's take a look at this, sir. We're actually looking at Abia State.
But we are looking at how
we're talking about the integrity.
So we cannot talk only about Kanu. We can't look only about Uzakalu. We also have to look at my own state. I am from Rivers State. So I'm telling you how it affects me. And with the level of attitude or character we have in Rivers State, I can as well tell you what's about integrity. pass me a question on integrity, and I'm telling you that based on integrity, that with the likes of Yesom Wike in Rivers State, I don't think that their state have any integrity. Because the people that are defecting from PDP to APC, if they have integrity, they will concentrate on how they can give their support to the contribute to the current situation we are facing in their state. Right. We are in 2025, and we are already planning elections since 2023. This whole process kick-started from 2023, and they have started it already. All right. If we have integrity, they will be looking at the interest of the government of the state and the benefit of the state.
Well, we'll talk about that on our subsequent shows. Let's concentrate on the topic now. Oyo State Governor Seyi Makinde has officially appointed Prince Abimbola Akeem Owuade as the new Alafin of Oyo, following extensive consultations and traditional divinations by the Oyo kingmakers, the Oyo Messi. The announcement was made on Friday by the Commissioner for Information and Orientation, Dotun Oyelade, who confirmed that Owade's appointment has been approved by Governor Makinde. The Oyo Messi, after thorough consultations and divinations, have recommended Prince Abimbola Akeem Owuade as the new Alafin of Oyo, and Governor Seyi Makinde has given his approval, the statements read. The announcement also marks the end of the legal and social controversies that have followed the death of the former Alafin, Oba Lamidi Adeyemi III, in April 2022. The Commissioner for Local Government and Chieftaincy Affairs, Ademola Ojo, expressed confidence that the new appointment to the disputes surrounding the late Oba's passing. Well, due to time, that's a long read. We are basically out of time. I'd like to get your reaction. I'll begin with you, Mufasa. What would you make of this story, appointment of the new Alafin in Oyo State?
Firstly, I want to extend a congratulatory note to the people of Oyo State. I know that throne has generated a lot of controversy since the passing of the former Alafin, who stayed on the throne for quite a very long period of time, a very popular, energetic monarch. But where I usually have issues, especially considering the temporary time, is the undue interference of politicians in the installment of traditional institutions. I know in the olden days when we used to read about your empire, we know it's a very powerful, empire, and considering the people, who have ascended to that respected position over the years, it is usually done mainly and solely by the traditionalists. Okay, there are certain traditional, ceremony that you need to perform, but from the account that we just read now, we're meant to understand that even the OMSC and some of those traditional institutions and the requirements were met. So for me, it's still a big congratulations to the people for Oyo. I expect that now that we've gotten a new Alafin, that things will go the way it should go, and this undue interference of politicians in our traditional institutions really need to be reduced to the barest minimum. I think that is what that has caused most of the controversies and infighting and all of that we used to see, not just in Oyo State. We had something like that in Kano State, and some other part of the country. So they should allow the traditional kingmakers to do their thing, and politicians should just focus on their political business. So congratulations once again to the people for your state.
All right, quickly, Comrade Oscar, let's get your thoughts on this one as well.
Well, I think at this point in time, the major challenge we're having is not all about appointments, but try to ensure that we have an improved system. Because the setback we're having currently is appointing people that will just concentrate on themselves alone and see like a personal achievement or a personal benefit. Initially, we are supposed to have appointments like this or situations like this to call for celebration, whereby people will be happy to see that yes, there is an improved system where you not just be appointed for yourself alone, and then but be also for the benefit of the people of your state, and they work hand in hand with the existing structure of the state to ensure that there is an improvement in the state, the economic situation is viable, and then people are actually very much carried along. But most times we see our achievement as a part of our personal success or achievement for our struggle. Now you believe that because you have been struggling, try to meet up and try to make a case right, and then once you are being recognized, the first thing you do is that you believe that it is your personal gain and it is time for you to achieve. It happens amongst politicians, it happens among monarchs, it happens everywhere. Because I also have situations like this in Ogoniland where I come from, where monarchs, traditional rulers are not respecting themselves. But also I think I want to respect that of the Hausas and the Yoruba, because they still have respect for their traditional stools. So it becomes a very serious one.
All right.
So I think it should try the best it can to work with the government and then ensure that the people in his own primary constituency benefit from his appointment.
All right, so let's quickly take this last story and we'll wrap it up on Atn Politics today. President Bola Tinubu's administration is one that is laser focused on issues of development and how to improve the overall well-being of Nigerians. As contained in a press statement signed by Sunday Diary, Special Advisor to the President on Media and Public Communication, the focus of his government is on how to build stronger collaborations with subnationals and other critical stakeholders and on matters that affect the lives of Nigerians. President Tinubu, according to him, won an election and secured a national mandate from Nigerians, and he will not surrender that to satisfy the palate of some pseudo-activists and later-day crusaders. President Tinubu is a listening leader and also a leader that strongly believes in the institutions of state. On the tax reform bills, the president was clear that anyone and groups that feel strongly about this matter now before the National Assembly should take advantage of the legislative process. Attempts to stampede or abort this process must be regarded as undemocratic and self-serving. The question to Governor Bala Mohammed by journalists is to know what he is doing to make life better for the people. We'll stop there because of time. I mean, we're out of time. Quickly, Mufasa, I would like to get your thoughts on this, presidency, accusing Bala Mohammed as irresponsible, as playing irresponsible politics. I'd like to get your thoughts on this. Remember, it's a clapback from Bala.
No, you see, I've said it and I'll say it again that this administration of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has a zero tolerance to criticism. We are not saying that as a government, you don't have your challenges, But then again, when certain individuals, when they see things that does not go down well with how a government should be run, and the person speak up, you don't consider the person as an enemy of the state, okay? Now, what Sunday Diary is saying, what are the indications? What are we saying on the ground? It's not just to come and begin to speak, baby grammar and begin to, talk to the people in your sugar-coated tongues. People want to see results. And until Nigerians begin to see results, they will continue to criticize the government. And criticism is for the government to sit up, not for aides and advisors to come out and begin to attack critic. For me, you don't run a government in such a manner. All right. It's antagonistic to the democratic tenets. Okay. It is why it should be. You don't begin to call people names just because they are not satisfied with the way you are running a government. Okay, quickly, Comrade Oscar, we just have 1 minute left. In just a minute, quickly tell us, what would you make of this story? Before now you were saying how bad the governments were doing, but with this from Sunday Larry, what would you make of this story? Quickly, in just a minute.
My own comes in a question, or as a question. Okay. Between Bola Ahmed Tinubu and Bala, who is playing irresponsible politics? That's the question. Because if you accuse Bala that is trying to set the record straight for playing irresponsible politics, then what should we call that Bola Ahmed Tinubu is playing? Making life unbearable for Nigerians, setting up standards and policies that is affecting the economic situation of all Nigerians, and then making it look like you are coming back to in first tenure. You are in a failed first tenure. And you are in that first tenure planning a second tenure when you have not even been able to make sure that Nigeria feel the impact of a positive system of governance in your first tenure, and you're already agitating for second tenure. So who is irresponsible? I think Bola Ahmed Tinubu should be saying, as the irresponsible one playing politics here, and allow the young man to actually come up and then set his case right. Nigerians are not happy with the current administration led under Bola Ahmed Tinubu. We have other states. Rivers State has a port. Lagos State has a port. Other state has port authority. Why is it that under Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the same thing we are condemning during Buhari tenure of not recognizing other port authority is the same thing going on in Bola Ahmed Tinubu's tenure.
Thank you.
Why is only Lagos State now becoming the only port authority that is working in Nigeria?
Oscar,
so that's the thing that Bola Ahmed Tinubu keep setting fires in other states and then making sure that Nigerians do not feel the impact of governance. So I think Bola Ahmed Tinubu to be seen as one playing irresponsible system of politics.
We have to go. Thank you so much for your insightful thought and analysis as always. Thank you so much, Mufasa, for being on the show. We really appreciate your time.
Thank you for having me.
We appreciate your time, Comrade Oscar.
You don't need to appreciate the time they don't allow us to speak.
You.
When we want to say what is wrong and you keep cutting me. So why did they invite me? Mr. President is not doing well. So must tell him this is the platform to say it's not doing well.
We're open for
I'm not here to speak in favor of the president.
Coverage, personality, society and political interviews, product, service promotion and commercials. You can connect with us on all our ATN socials, Facebook and YouTube, Atlantic Television Network, Instagram and TikTok, Atlantic TV Network 1, Twitter, Atlantic TV Net. Watch us live at our website, www.atlanticnetwork.tv. Peace and unity are the pathways to progress. Thank you for watching. I am Victor Peter.
Leaders, politics.
Nobody's ambition is what
I have fought a very